Again, welcome back to Notre Dame Day. I'm Gary Seaver, and you know, my next guest sitting here is an All-American and arguably, I would not say one of the best, I'd say the best linebacker on any college football team. And luckily for us Irish fans, he happens to play for Notre Dame. So it's my pleasure to welcome Hoosier native Jaylon Smith to Notre Dame Day. Jaylon, welcome. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Don't tackle me. Don't tackle me. I've seen you hit people on the field, so you know we got that going for you. Let's go back if we can, and you're from the area. You're from Fort Wayne. All right, so tell us, you were at Bishop Luers.
Yes.
I understand your brother went to Ohio State.
Exactly.
Which is not unusual for Fort Wayne, right? It's kind of on the bubble, right? So how did he end up there and you ended up here?
I mean, just the overall experience. You know, he always loved, growing up, he loved Ohio State. Eddie George and, you know, Maurice Clarett and all of those great running backs to go there. So that was always his destiny. He saw himself. And Jim Trussell was the one who recruited him. So. Yeah. You know, after he went there, you know, he stuck it out when the coaching changed. But for me, it was just, you know, I went to a Catholic high school and, you know, was very familiar with the, you know, the foundation of, you know, how things, you know, are orchestrated here. So I fell in love with the touchdown Jesus and the Golden Dome and you know what Notre Dame really stands for. So
sure. Well, now you've been here a couple of years. Are you still in love with the Dome and the Notre Dame?
Yeah. I mean,
the aura and all that?
I mean, for me, it's just the beginning. You know, it's the second semester of my sophomore year. You know, coming to a conclusion. Still have 2 more years left. So, and just trying to embrace it. You know, the 4 years go by so fast. So it's just about, you know, having fun.
Sure. Now, did your brother, I mean, I know how siblings can be. Was he giving you a little bit of grief, you know, this past year?
No, not at all. He was,
he's a nicer brother than mine was.
I mean, he was actually excited, you know, just to see me kind of step out of his shadow, you know, into my own name and things like that. So, you know, we cheer each other on, just, you know, trying to make our parents happy.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Tell us a little bit about your academic life because, you know, we see on the football field all the time, you know, and we can talk about that in a little bit. But tell me what you're interested in, what you're doing here at Notre Dame.
Well, I'm interested in changing lives. You know, that's, you know, the focal point of what I'm trying to do with my life. You know, I'm majoring in film and television, so just having an understanding and, you know, being able to communicate is something that, you know, I value, and I'm interested in film and television. You know, something like what you do do right now. So I'm getting educated there.
You know, I teach a course in this film, television, and theater thing. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might have to check you out.
I may have to change the time of my course for you to be able to. I think you're at practice when we meet.
Oh, okay.
But we'll have to talk about that. So you have an interest in communicating with people. You obviously do a great job with interviews. What's it like for you, even really since high school? I would imagine you've been on that side of the microphone a lot, people asking you all kinds of questions.
Oh, it's definitely humbling, you know, being on a platform to where you can, you know, impact lives and you know, help children out. And it's just something that, you know, I'm really thankful for, and I'm, you know, it's just the beginning. I'm not done. And, you know, once that career ends, then it'll still continue. You know, maybe I'll be in your seat one day, bro.
I'm sure you will. You probably. I don't know that you'll be interviewing me, but probably somebody who's a little bit more famous than me. Jaylon, let's look at the season ahead. You just came out of spring practice. You know, it was kind of an unusual blue-gold game because we were not in the stadium. It's all under construction for people who haven't seen it. It's amazing. So it was a little bit different setting. But how are you feeling about how we're playing this spring?
I'm feeling great. You know, starting off with 2 great quarterbacks. You know, we don't know who's going to play. You know, both of them might play. We don't know. You know, personally, I don't care. I want the guy who's going to help us win.
You want to hit either one, right?
I mean, either or. It's hard going into a game like that, knowing that, you know, you can't hit the quarterback, even though they're live. You know, you don't want to be that guy. So, I mean, it was exciting. The weather was great, and family got to come out. So, you know, that was nice as well.
That's terrific. What about prospects for the fall? I know you're kind of talking about the unsettled quarterback situation, but on defense, Brian Van Gorder's defense known to be pretty complicated.
Exactly.
What's so tough about getting used to it?
I mean, well, we're running an NFL scheme. And, you know, although we're intelligent enough to learn it, you know, that's the special thing about it. But, you know, being able to balance that time, you know, we don't have the NFL time to study for it, you know, with the critical, education that we experience here. So it's just about, you know, developing that, you know, that quality. And it's something that, you know, after a year we understand concepts and things like that. So now it's just about going forward. And
sure. Well, what do you think? You know, 12-0 this coming year. I mean, this
is the year. I believe this is the year. But you got to take it one day at a time.
Exactly.
You know, looking forward into summer camp and getting our guys back, getting our guys healthy, and
Yeah.
you know, like I said, just taking it one day at a time.
Very good. Jaylon, listen, thanks very much for joining
Oh,
us. You might
thank
want to
you.
sit